Hey guys, here we are for round 3. We are going to be on the play. And this hand looks just fine. Got some card draw. Hope we can pick up one of our threats. With 13 creatures, we have decent chance of picking one up by turn 3 or so. But I think this is good enough to keep here. And let's see what we're up against here. So green-white aggro. I think especially against green-white aggro, this is going to be a better hand than double pacifism. And there we are. Happy to get the second abundant growth going there. So now we can pacify his smiter. Or his silver blade. Actually, the silver blade probably just want to go ahead and attention sphere that. And attentioning sphere in there makes me wish I had saved it, but silver blade can definitely be nasty. Here I think we just want to sit. Gonna need some action here pretty quickly. Johnny and Garrick, yuck. Alright, so at this point, I want to pacify the big one and just set. I'm in a pretty rough spot here. Yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and pacify the soldier and double ranker here. And that's going to do it, unfortunately. Oops. So against planeswalkers, green-white, Looks like a slightly off version of green-white aggro. Bringing in bonds, pacifism, so we can do negate for planeswalkers. Alright. What do we want to cut here? Not sure if it's better to keep Hunt Beast in or Rancor. I mean, Hunt Beast does go over some of his little smaller guys and gives us a couple extra targets. It's a creature. I think we definitely want to cut Abundant Growth here. One of the benefits of cutting Rancor is we can actually name Rancor with Nevermore or Thragtusk. Cutting Ground Seal. I think I'm going to shave a Hunt Beast, probably a Cavernous Soul. Let's run it like that. Alright, so this hand seems fine. A little bit slow, but I think still a fine hand. We don't really have much action to put on our stalker right now, so I think we're just going to slow it down. So this turn, can hopefully drop down Geist. Or Detention Sphere. And here I think we're a little bit too far behind to try to drop Geist, so now we need to look at using Sphere to take out his Smiter. I'm running into a little bit of lag, so hopefully it'll clear up. Now we're probably looking at Thragtusk, or I guess maybe double Rancor. Pacifism would be pretty sweet right here. And it's not really going to matter. Dropping to 2. Bonds. Oh, that's funny, that's for sure. Okay, so what's the play? I think we're just dead, unfortunately. So we need something else here to pull this one out, and he just attacks with both and we die. So unfortunately that's going to do it. And we are at this point knocked out. So kind of looking at the tournament, sort of what happened there. Was really happy with our matchup against the 4-color rights. I think we've got a great game there. It's clear though after the 2 matches against green-white aggro that it's definitely a force that's out there. It's definitely needs to be respected, and had a major misplay in the second round, which potentially could have won the match if I'd won the game than the next game. But it's still very clear, even from game 1, that they just come out of the gate so fast that they do need to be respected in terms of possibly a main deck change, definitely a sideboard change. Let's take a look here at the deck and just see if there maybe are some changes that might be necessitated. I like the ground seal main just because it does give us a little bit of game, against some of the control matchups. It's, nice kind of on the game 1 against rights. But actually what I've been finding is that even if they do recur their threat, unless it's Gristlebrand, we don't really care. We just kind of push through it because they can't target anything with Angel, and Thragtusk we can just pacify. So I think actually maybe the move here is to move Ground Seal to the board. Pacifism I think is much better against green-white than Deprivation, just because it can essentially, if they play Rancor, we can get it stuck on a creature and they can't get rid of it because they have Angel. Angel's pretty rough, not gonna lie, but I think this is at least a start. It helps against Thragtusk, which, if we look at the major matchups here, I mean, you have 4-color rights, red deck wins, Midrange, Selesnya, Naya midrange, Jund midrange, Bant control. I mean, there's a lot of decks here, except for, I'd say, let's see, out of the main decks here, I'd say at least half run Thragtusk main deck. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 8 decks are running 4 copies of Thragtusk main. So I think the main deck pacifies really are worth it. Do we need to respect it even more than that and have like a main deck Deprivation? I don't think so at this point. If we find out that we need to have a change, we can certainly do so. Looking at the board, Bonds of Faith, I mean, definitely it can be great against, the Smiter, a couple of other creatures they run. They do run a number of humans though, so Bonds of Faith definitely not as good as it could be. It is still great though, I mean, against some of the other creatures from the other decks. It's still great against Thragtusk. But I think it's kind of a good step in the right direction to change the deck for now. But we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and really appreciate it. Take care.